Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm honestly so excited to talk about this because summer is upon us. Summer is here in full force in Vancouver and also Kelowna, where I spend some of my time when we're not in a pandemic, okay? I'm so excited about the thought of spending like my whole summer at the beach, hanging out in our new backyard at the new house, just like lazing in the sun, hanging out with friends and family, hopefully, fingers crossed, and it's gonna be a dream, okay? So, because of this, because of my newfound excitement for summer, I wanted to share with you my summer essentials, like my summer must-haves, the things that I believe we all need in our lives. And some of these, like, you might have slight variations on, but the main concept, like, I really believe everybody needs like one good bathing suit and one good pair of flip-flops. So I'm going to share with you my favorites, and let's just jump right into it because I have quite a few. I have a lot of favorites. The first product that I'm going to share with you is actually a sponsor of this video, so thank you so much to Function of Beauty for sponsoring this video, partnering with me. I have been using Function of Beauty since we partnered with them on the podcast, I think about a year ago, so I've been using their hair products for over a year, and I can genuinely tell you how much their hair products have changed my hair. I think that a lot of you know that I had hair extensions for like a long time, and for me with hair extensions, I feel like I often need to be styling them, and I was having a lot of issues previously with the hair products that I was using. My extensions just looked really dry and kind of like crinkly almost, and when we got the opportunity to partner with Function of Beauty last year, I used the product before we accepted the sponsorship, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was shocked. Like, I honestly was floored. I'm not exaggerating at all. When I blow dried my hair after I got out of the shower and I was feeling it, I was like, it genuinely felt like I had just left the salon. Like, those are my own words. I can't describe to you how much it changed my hair, especially with those extensions. I was like, oh my goodness, this is my real hair, which it wasn't. But a lot of people thought that my hair was real, and I swear to you, this is what I believe is because my shampoo and my conditioner was so good at like making the hair as soft as my hair. Do you know what I mean? It looked so much more natural. It looked like it was real. So 100%, I loved the shampoo and conditioner when I had hair extensions in. And now that I have my hair extensions out, I was feeling kind of like, oh, I don't like my hair as much. And Function of Beauty reached out to me to do a new hair quiz, which is part of the subscription that you do when you start up with Function of Beauty. So you go in to the website and you choose the hair quiz. You go through and you tell them your hair type and everything like that. You tell them that your hair goals, which mine was to fix split ends, deep condition, hydrate, volumize, and strengthen. Because without my extensions, my hair needs had changed. And so for me, I was like, oh, my shampoo just needs something different now. And when I did that new hair quiz and I got my new shampoo and conditioner in the mail, and I've been using it now for about 2 weeks, I've noticed such a dramatic difference. If you go back a couple of videos, I'm like so sad about my hair and I'm just feeling like it's so wispy and fine, and now I feel like, oh my goodness, like it has volume, it has life, like she's alive. So these are the shampoo and conditioner that I truly feel like are a must-have. I think it's so important to find things that are for you, customized to you, because we all have different needs. So these are the ones that I chose. I chose this pretty seafoam color because it kind of matches everything else in my bathroom. There's quite a few scents that you can choose from, but the scent that I chose was True Lavender. Little play on words there, but it smells like lavender, bergamot, and eucalyptus, which are some of my favorite scents. I love lavender. I love eucalyptus so much. I can't get enough of eucalyptus. So I love that my hair smells like this now. And then we also added on this new hair mask, which I think is just so integral for me with my split ends. I have not had a haircut in a year and a half, maybe longer, honestly, like a little trim on my bangs when I got my extensions in sort of thing, but my split ends were crazy. Like my hair, after I blow dried it, would just fray out like this, sort of, because of all of the breakage. And after using this hair mask and the conditioner and the shampoo, I feel like my split ends are so much more tame, like they're so much more flat. So I'm really glad that we decided to add on this hair mask as well. So Function of Beauty, #1 essential for me for summer, especially because I plan to be in the lake or the ocean so much. I feel like it's really important to be taking care of my hair because of all of like, do you know what I mean? Like in the lake, all of the, I don't even want to think about what's in there. The ocean, the salt in the ocean, stripping me of that moisture. So important for me to really be looking after my hair. I love that they abide by the EU regulations, which bans 1,400 ingredients versus the US FDA's 11. So you know that the products in there are safe and effective, as well as they're 100% vegan and cruelty-free. So if you guys want to try Function of Beauty with me, you can get 20% off. Click the link in the bio and get 20% off your first set. Moving on from hair care and into skin, we have sunscreen. These are the Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Weightless Sunscreens. This is the aerosol, obviously. It looks like an aerosol. Let me turn it on. Whoop. Oh, it just smells like summer. And then this is the lotion formula, which I honestly love this so much. I like the spray for on the go. I like it for the beach because then I'm not getting like sand or anything on my body. It's just like boom, boom, dries super quickly, you're ready to go. And then with the lotion formula, I like to use this when I'm at home or like for my everyday use because I kind of just put it on after the shower, sort of like, okay, I'm gonna lotion my legs after I shave them. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna sunscreen my body, okay? A few of you may have noticed in a couple videos ago, I had a little red nose because I hadn't put on sunscreen. I always mess up once. There's always one time in the summer that I mess up and don't put on my sunscreen. I'm a redhead. As you can tell, I have extremely fair skin. My family is Danish, okay? I don't have any business not wearing sunscreen. So I'm really excited that I found this new Hawaiian Tropic sunscreen. I honestly love the smell so much that I'm just gonna like put it on my hands right now and like up my arms. What I like so much about this is the scent isn't that sunscreen scent where you're like, oh, they're wearing sunscreen. It's like, it brings me back to the nostalgia of track and fun day at school. I don't know if anyone else had that. In our school, we had track and fun day, and it was like all of the cool kids had the Hawaiian Tropic sunscreen. And so I would like smell it and be like, ooh, how luxe. And it just reminds me of happiness and summer. This sunscreen, unreal, but sunscreen in general, right? Like you can choose whichever sunscreen you want. This is just the one that I'm really going for. I love that it's not super heavy. Like even that lotion, it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm wearing sunscreen. It's like immediately absorbed into my skin and kind of just leaves me honestly feeling hydrated instead of like, oh, I have this like thick slathering of sunscreen all over me. It's just awesome. So if you guys are interested, Hawaiian Tropic, this new weightless sunscreen, divine. Okay, these ones I'm a little embarrassed to show you because I don't get rid of things when I get bored of them. I use them forever, okay? These are my flip-flops. As you can see, they've seen better days, okay? Oops. I bought these 2 years ago, I believe. Perhaps last year, I can't remember fully, but these are the Roxy, not the Roxy, but these are Roxy sandals. I really try to find one good pair of flip-flops that I can just slip on, put on when I'm going to the grocery store, to the beach, literally doing anything, like just walking up the stairs because we have, like, I live downstairs, Sam lives upstairs sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? These are my jam. I love that this is kind of like more dainty. I'm not a huge fan of the big like chunky situation. They, as you can see, molded to my feet, okay? That's my foot imprint. So they're nice and bendy. This is nice. Okay, you're not supposed to drive in flip-flops, okay? So let me just say that. But this is nice because it doesn't hinder you from driving. Say you're just like trying to move your car at the beach, okay? We're not driving long distances in flip-flops. But what I'm saying is a more stiff flip-flop. It doesn't give you the bend to press on the gas pedal and or the brake, you know what I mean? This is nice. This is like a good flippy floppy, okay? The other thing, I often find that flip-flops irritate either in between my toesies or here, and I get like chafing on the top of my foot. These never did that. The break-in period was like non-existent basically. I wonder if it's because this roping is separated and so it kind of like moves around freely. I can't say enough of good things about these flip-flops. I'm pretty sure they're still available, so I'll link them down below if they are. But they weren't overly expensive either. I believe that they were $20, I want to say, maybe $29.99. But these 10 out of 10. I wore them all last year for sure, and I've been wearing them all this year, and I cannot get enough. If you're someone who wants to like pair a cute little sundress with flip-flops instead of just like your everyday flip-flops, these Volcom sandals, unreal. I think they look so cute. They have them in white too. Again, I'll link them if they're still available. I believe they are. But just like getting an idea, you know what I mean? You could find something similar as well. And again, these weren't super expensive either, which I really liked. These ones are a little bit more firm. See what I mean? So they're not as comfortable, okay? That's just, you know, one time my mom said beauty is pain, and just is what it is, you know? But they don't give me the chafe either, okay? Right here, like if pretend this is my foot. I don't want to bother anybody by putting my foot on here. Pretend this is my foot. Right here, nothing. No discomfort. Up here, no discomfort. The only thing is they're not as bendy, so they didn't mold to my feet. I've had these the same amount of time I've had those Roxy flip-flops, so I don't think I wore them as much, but they've still lasted so well. And they just look cute with a little sundress or even just shorts and a t-shirt. I like this little crissy-crossy action. So that's a summer essential for me. Flip-flops that you love, you can just slip on, easy going outside. You're not having to worry about like putting on socks or like sand getting in your shoes or anything like that. It's just like, okay, I have my favorite flippy floppies. I'm ready to go to the beach. Or if you live in Edmonton, Alberta, you're ready to go to the Legislative Grounds, which has a fountain that people swim in because the lake is so far. I'm so sorry about it. No shade, Edmonton. I lived there. I probably won't live there again. In keeping with the whole beach, water, sun vibes, we have my favorite bathing suits, okay? It's gonna be hard for you to imagine this not on my body, so I am going to insert pictures of these bathing suits on my body just so that you can see what they look like, okay? That's just how it is. You can't really get the vibe from me holding up two pieces of fabric. It's not the same. So here's me wearing this bathing suit. I think that it is so cute. I love that it's like a little bit cheeky, okay? This one is a little bit less coverage, but I like that this bathing suit is a little bit more like saucy. I don't know. I think that it's really cute. If you're someone who enjoys to tan, great, because your tan lines aren't going to be super vast. This little top, you know, probably just for the people in the itty bitty titty committee. Don't know. I haven't been able to test it out because I don't have a large chest, okay? But it does have this little clasp in the back, which I like. I love not having to like tie a knot and then you're laying down on like a beach chair or something like that and then the knot is like shoving into your back, or if you're laying on your stomach and then you have the little strings coming down, if you don't move a lot, you get those tan lines from the strings. So I love the little clasp on the back here. That's my preferred bikini. The only thing is, again, if you do have a bigger chest, this little band, I don't think that this would be the best bathing suit for you. I think that this is probably better for the smaller chested of us, but my next one I think is a better option for sure. But this one I just think is super cute. And for me, it makes me feel a little bit more confident. Honestly, some bathing suits, like the bandeau bathing suits, I still kind of struggle with self-confidence a little bit in those because it does make me feel very, very flat-chested, which there's nothing wrong with, but just something that I've dealt with for, you know, a while. And so it still bothers me from time to time. But this one makes me feel a little bit more confident. I like that there's padding in there that kind of makes me feel like, I don't know, like I'm feeling myself, you know? So anyway, this is from Rip Curl. They don't have this exact bathing suit anymore, I don't believe, in this pattern, but I did find the same style. So they have the same cut of this bathing suit, just not the same fabric, because I did get this at like a, what's it called? When they're like an outlet store. So it's like where all the like last season things are. So that's where I got this and it was on 50% off. So I bought it and I'm really happy with it. Here is my second favorite bathing suit that I purchased this year actually. This one is way better coverage. for those of us with maybe bigger booties that don't want to be showing them off. Maybe you're going out to the beach with your mom or your grandma and you'd rather just cover up a little bit, or that's just your style anyway. This one is great for that. I also like it's a little bit more high rise if that's something that makes you feel more confident. And then this top is kind of similar to the other top, but it just has a little bit of a thicker band here at the bottom, and I just feel like it gives a little bit more support. So again, I love that it has the clasp in the back. This clasp is also a little bit bigger. So the whole band is a lot thicker, which sometimes can be nice as well, so that it's not really cutting into you. I find with the string bikinis or ones with this thinner strap, sometimes it can like cut into your sides, and it's not comfortable. And also it might just be something that you don't want on your body. So this I like because it has that thicker band at the bottom. I feel like it has a little bit more coverage here, thicker clasp in the back, maybe more family appropriate depending on your family. My next favorite, I have to leave the frame for. I will be back in 2 seconds. It's this. This is my all-time favorite beach toy. I have to stop holding this or else all you're gonna hear is like, I'll just hold it up with my hand. This beach floaty I have been purchasing since I think I was 12, and I had a job when I was 12, so don't question me on it, okay? I did purchase these types of things with my own money. This is superior in every way. I've never had another beach floaty that I've enjoyed more, and I've had aplenty. We had a cabin, again, no running water, outhouse sort of cabin, okay? But we had a cabin on the lake when I was growing up. Lots of floaties. We had a lot of family, different styles of floaties, different inner tubes and laydowns and Penticton Canal sort of like, let's all get together and show off our floaties. That was a thing we did in the town that I grew up in. This slaps, okay? Let me tell you why. First off, such cute coloring. This reminds me of being a child. I really like these colors. It reminds me of the movies. It reminds me of Mary-Kate and Ashley, which I've tried to base my entire life off of, honestly. Love that for me. Second, you get to sit up. This is something that people don't talk about enough in the conversation of pool floaties, okay, and or beach lake floaties. It's so uncomfortable. I need to stop holding this. It's so uncomfortable to be fully laying down the whole day on a floaty. Say you're like going down a canal or you're lounging in the lake for hours upon hours with your friends. It's not comfortable. And if you sit up, the floaty, okay, like this, your center of gravity is just in the middle. Guess what the floaty's doing? Yoink. Okay, all of that water is spilling in. I do feel like I'm an expert on this pool floaty, beach floaty situation. I feel like I have a PhD in floaties. It's just so comfortable to be able to relax half upright, looking around, being a part of the conversation. If all of you have the same floaty, you can look to your left. Everybody look to their right. Can you feel that? Yeah, we're playing with love tonight. No, not actually though. But anyway, you can look to your like right and be like, hey, what's going on? Look to your left, hey, what's going on? If you're on like a lay down only floaty, it's just like this. Thirdly, you have a cup holder in there, and sometimes on the cheap lay down floaties, this is cheap too. I think that when I first started buying it, it was $10. Now I believe it's up to $20. Inflation, I don't control it, okay? But I think it's $20. Now you can get them at the dollar store, Walmart, Canadian Tire. If you're in the US, I'm sure Target probably sells a similar variant or something like that. But the cheap lay down floaties, that cup holder, because they're so thin, it doesn't really work. And then like your floaty is like heavy on one side. There's not enough weight distribution for your cup holder to work. So it's just like, whoop. And this is especially important if you're somebody who drinks alcohol, because like, do you want the limited amount of alcohol that you brought to whatever legal space that you're allowed to be drinking in? Okay. Do you want to lose that to the ocean and or lake? No, you really covet those alcoholic beverages, because it's not like you can just go inside and get another one unless you're at a lake house, but still, you don't want that. So having a sturdy, reliable cup holder, really important, especially important for water too, right? Like we want to be hydrating ourselves, but you know, you could have like a water bottle with a closed top. So anyway, really important to have a good cup holder. I'm really passionate about this. My fourth love of this pool beach floaty is, I'm gonna show it to you, please hold, this little hole. This little hole. Come on a trip with me for a moment, if you will, oblige me. Imagine you're walking towards a river or a canal that you're going to float down. Everyone has to carry all of their floaties, the coolers, everything like that. You have a full floaty with no hole in it. How are you carrying it? You have to carry it cumbersomely under your arm, behind your back like a snowboard, maybe wrapped around you. You've probably blown up your floaty in preparation, right? Because it would take forever to get to the landing and then blow it up, unless you have a pump, which in that case, great. Sorry, I don't have a pump. I blew this up for this video with mine own lungs. You're welcome. This is how I carry this floaty. This is how I carry it. It's perfect. It's so comfortable. When I'm standing, I can honestly just like lean it on my forehead like this. Do I look ridiculous? Yeah, but it's not about beauty. When I'm trying to have a good time, when I'm trying to have fun, it's about convenience and having a blast. This allows me to have a blast. You can also carry it like this, obviously, with your hand just here, but I'm just telling you honestly how I carry this floaty, and that is the best way. I love it. You can also, while you're in the water, slink down in between this hole and then just walk. Say you're like coming into the beach, you can just slink off and walk using your body to move the floaty. I'll demonstrate. Like this. So now me and the floaty are coming to shore. Instead of standing beside your floaty and having to push it in, maybe a wave takes it away. No, your floaty is being saved by your body. It's around your body. It's not going anywhere. I just think that this floaty hasn't gotten enough recognition online, and honestly it shouldn't. I am here to do it the justice it deserves. I honestly have so many more things to say about that floaty, but I feel like I've overdone it now, and you guys are probably gonna be like, okay, Alyssa, we get it. It's a cool floaty. Like, I'll go get it. Oh my gosh. Stop badgering me about it. But honestly, that floaty is like second to none, 100% best floaty that there is. Inner tubes, okay, don't even try it in the comments. Don't even come at me with the inner tube comments. They're so annoying. They get holes way easier for some reason in my experience. And like the handles, when you're carrying them, sometimes like hit you and it's painful. And then you have to sit like crunched up like this and your butt's getting wet the whole time on that thing. If I'm sitting and just enjoying myself, I don't get wet at all, not even once, until I slink down into the water to protect my floaty towards the shore. In an inner tube, you're just constantly getting wet. And if you live somewhere that's a little bit colder and the water's cold, that's not that great. I don't live in a tropical country. It's pretty chilly in the lake where I grew up. I want to be dry sometimes while I'm on the water. I will digress, okay? Moving on from the floaty, I'm just saying you need it. My last summer must-have, and this is not really a must-have, but this is something that I've been doing that really just like makes me feel good about myself. It gives me kind of this one exciting thing that I do that makes me feel pretty, and that's eyelash extensions. And I know that they can be extremely expensive and time-consuming and all of those things, but honestly, eyelash extensions have brought me so much self-confidence. I just love that if I'm at the beach or I'm at the lake or something like that and I come up out of the water, I still have these like fluttery little eyelashes. I'm not worried about getting my face wet if I'm wearing false lashes or something like that, which is what I used to do, and it was such a pain because I wanted to look like I had super luscious lashes, but I didn't get lash extensions, and so I'd be like, oh, don't touch me. Like, I want to be able to like jump in the water and play around and like have water fights with people. Again, I'm a child. So that is something that I really like, especially during the summer. It makes me feel happy. So I would say that if you're someone who really enjoys false lashes anyway, it's a great option just for the summer months, especially if you're also someone who likes to go to the beach a lot, especially with like sweating and stuff, and like the corner of your false lashes like pops off, and then you're like, ugh, and you have to constantly like be applying glue to it. That's just not a thing with eyelash extensions. It's just like, boom, they're there, you're set, you wake up, you're ready to go. And I also don't really wear a whole lot of makeup anymore, to be quite honest with you. Like from day to day, I don't wear makeup. And it's really nice for me to have this like one thing for myself that makes me feel a little bit more done up. And if that's you, it might be that thing for you as well. And I do have a lash tech here in Vancouver that I love. I'll leave her information down below if you're interested. If you live in Vancouver, she's phenomenal. I've been going to her for 2 years now, almost, I believe 2 years. And it's just been great. So that is like my last summer essential. But if you're someone who doesn't care for it anyway, probably not essential to you, and you're like, why would I ever spend that much amount of money on lash extensions? But that's like my one vice now. That's like my one thing that I do for myself. I don't get my nails done anymore. I don't do anything else. It's just lashes. That's my one thing, and I'm not giving them up. I love them. Anyway, you guys, those are my summer essentials. That's what I've been loving for this summer season. Thank you again so much to Function of Beauty for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys as always for supporting me. I love making videos. I love talking and chatting with you. So always leave a comment down below. I love reading them and responding to them. Like this video and subscribe if you already haven't. And I hope that you have a beautiful summer. And this is actually the last video that I'll ever be filming in this house. So nostalgic. So thank you for being here with me during this last video here in this house. And I will see you all at the new house and or for vlogs only. Bye guys.